welcome back. Infamy Modern Warfare Weekend Warriors with me, Sid, and this episode we're doing science. So, I want to refine uranium, and there's a whole host of machines I need to do. Just point out, I've added a hopper system onto the pulverizer so I can preload it when I go mining. And I put a whole load of wire in down here, ready. So, the first thing I need to make is an induction smelt because I need to make bronze. And if I remember my recipe correctly, which I probably don't, told you, I need one of those. I need one of those. That goes in. We need some copper at the bottom, invar at the top, and bucket. That'll give me an induction smelter. So if I pop that in right at the end here, that should be juiced right up to the top. Obviously this box is pretty damn full. And I'm going to go and stick those in together, and that should make me enough bronze for this project. Now, the other thing I need to make the first step, which is a chemical extractor, is I need the bronze. I've got a couple, I've got the steel plates made there just for steel, got the wires, got all of that stuff. I need to make the motors, so that is 5 steel and 4 wire, so we can get those put together while we're waiting. 5 steel, 4 wire. Iron. Always ready to try and catch you out, so I need a couple of more iron. So stick those in, that's 1, 2, take the rest of that out. And that steel's actually surplus to requirements now. So that gives us that and that. We're looking for the bronze, and then we're into this circuit thing. And the first thing we need is a bronze. 2 is bronze plates. So how are we doing over there for bronze? I've got 10. Not enough. That is expensive. But that gives me 2 bronze plates, which will get me this built. So let's get those done quickly. So that's 1, 2. Now the next thing we need is diamond and redstone, and 2 of those will make me an advanced. Let me just check that. And I need, oh man, I need even more bronze. Done my maths wrong there. Let's grab. Whoa, that was quick. So 1, 2, 3 needs 9 bronze, and that is making 2 for every 1. So that's 6. So that gives me enough to make. What's the recipe on those again? Wire and redstone. Need some more wire. Need some more redstone. Doesn't matter how much you try to prepare, you know. It never seems. Oh, I need. Got to make the bronze plates first. 2 of those. And those coupled with those will make me the additional basic circuits. So to take those I need to then get diamond and redstone, so a couple of diamonds. So I've got, yeah, 2 diamonds. These things are expensive. Diamonds, circuits, redstone. to make an advanced circuit. So we take 2 advanced circuits, lapis and gold. I can live with that, that's a bit cheaper than the couple of lapis blocks. And some gold. 2 advanced circuits, lapis and gold to make an elite circuit. So that gives us that, we got that, we got those. The last bit we need is the bronze. And I need 8, so 8, so basically I need 14. And 12 copper. Thunk. Let's go and empty this rubbish out. And that is, let's put this together while we're waiting for those. That, and that. Get rid of the redstone. And 8 bronze. Oh, I only need a 4. Duh. Chemical extractor. The first step to making our things. Now this needs water, so I'm going to need to go and grab some more water for this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've made a decision. I'm going to make something else quickly before we go ahead, and I'm going to need glass for starters. I'm getting, how do we say, a little bit tired of having to run out every time I want water, and I don't want to faff around with the usual infinite water source. So where's my iron gone? Iron, let me just check. I'm making an aqueous accumulator, so it's iron, glass and gold. 1 gold, pile of glass, junk, bunk, 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 bunk. So we need another machine frame, and I've done that wrong again. You'd think I've made enough of these that it would stick, but no. I also need a pneumatic servo, so that's redstone, iron and glass. Need a bit of redstone, junk. I'm liking having that chest there, it's handy. So that gives me my pneumatic servo. So glass and a bucket. I'll make another bucket. Not like they're expensive, is it? So we go there, there, there. Tin either side at the bottom. Glass either side. 1 aqueous accumulator. Now the other thing I need is an Can we see it? There we go. Liquiduct, not aqueduct. Copper, hardened glass, pulverized obsidian and lead. I think I have some pulverized obsidian. I've definitely got lead. Let me just check that one. It's 2 to 1. Yep. And I just happen to have handy an induction smelter, which is super fast with all this power. So that was copper. To do 2 copper, 2 copper, and that I only need 1, so that's way overkill. What I'm going to do is, where shall I stick? I'm going to stick this right in the middle of the room next to the crafting bench. Oh no, down a level. Let me just, oh god. I'm going to need to chop myself some way of getting out of this as well, aren't I? Oh man, I put that in the wrong place again. So, if I take my water buckets, put 1 there, 1 there, that would be our traditional infinite water source. Aqueous accumulator, one of the greatest machines in this game because it requires no power. It just fills up. Liquid duct on top. Bit of jumpy and stone, and then put my tank in here, and I'll never want for water again. Right, so now I can get my 2 buckets and fill those up. Get this nice and full. I realise I could have plumbed that directly in, but I want this water for other things, so stick our water in. So that should be there. It's got plenty of power. So I'm going to go and grab my... I'll empty my inventory first. I'm going to go and grab the hazmat suit, and I'll be right back. Okay, got my uranium ore. So I presume we stick that in here. And not a lot is happening now. Does this need a redstone signal, do you think? Let's find out. I've got my hazmat suit on. And if this doesn't work... See, that to me suggests that that isn't getting power. If you look, that one's connected, this one hasn't, so I wonder whether that is not capable of receiving power from this universal thingy. Whoops, let's just pick that up. Pop it down again. I don't think that can receive... Oh, lost all that water. Oh well, water's cheap. Right, I need to go and have a look at this, and I'll be right back. Okay, think I know what the problem was, and it was you have to apply power to the back, so I've rewired down behind this bit of wall here. Got this in, I've run it once just to test it out, and we can set that running. Now this stuff is radioactive. If I handled that without the hazmat suit on, that is going to make me very poorly. So, as you can see here, it's counting up. So the next thing I need to do is, with the yellow cake, is I forget. I'm going to go check that up, and while that's processing, I'll also gather the stuff we need. Okay, this is using water like there's no tomorrow, so I'm going to need to manage this, but in the meantime I need to make a nuclear boiler. Now this requires 4 steel plates, 2 motors, 2 furnaces and a bucket. So the steel plates are like that. So there's my 4 steel plates. I also need to make this, which was 4, and I think this is proving to be a real resource hog. But then again, I suppose you wouldn't expect nuclear physics to be easy, so that 4 plates, 2 furnaces and a bucket. I happen to have 2 furnaces, so that is relatively cheap given the cost of this exercise. So there's a nuclear boiler. Now the nuclear boiler needs to be placed directly next to the centrifuge, because the nuclear boiler will make hexafluoride gas, or I can't remember what the hell it was called, something scientific, and then the centrifuge will spin that out. So again, we've got another advanced circuit. So we're going to do, actually it's not the elite circuit at least this time, more steel plates, more bronze, more motors. So I'm going to start making this lot. It's nothing new, and I'm going to be running that through, and once we've got everything, that is, I'm going to place, let's have that one out and that one out. Boom, boom. I should have some old universal cable here, which goes nicely there. Nuclear boiler, blonk. So he's in there. I'm not entirely sure how we use that, presumably water, and we put the yellow cake in and we get that. In fact, let's give it a try. I'm wearing my hazmat suit, so far I've not been poisoned. Bonk, bonk. Grab that. Oh, you can see my durability on that is going down already. There we go. So at least the hazmat suit is working. And that is processing that through. And we should see uranium hexafluoride appearing in here. So next thing is the centrifuge, and I'm going to get that going and built, and I'll be back once we've sorted that out. Okay, well, that was entertaining. This is now processing the 0.8 decamilliliter or DM3, whatever that is, of uranium hexafluoride, and so hopefully we should get something out here, which is things. I also tried cunningly to connect the aqueous accumulator up to the bottom of that, but it didn't work. So I think what I'm going to do is, if I've not got a whole load of buckets, let me just double check. Nope, nothing in there. If I were a bucket, where would I be amongst my crap? Bucket, bucket, bucket. I think I'm probably out of the low. Now this is using obviously a lot of power, and you can see that's actually dropping. Probably this on the roof because it's night time, so that should drop pretty quickly. And it's a slow process. And I've still got 24 of these left to process as well, so if I make a few buckets, I'll make another 4. Bonk. Then at least I can just keep this ticking. Bonk. 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 And then obviously as that processes, we'll get through, and there we go, 1 enriched uranium. Now I have got no idea if I can handle that without my hazmat suit on or not. May try it later. And that used 0.2 to make one of those, and a hell of a lot of power. So yeah, I'm going to continue processing all of this, and I'll be back once that's finished. Okay, so I've finished getting the yellow cake, and I'm processing that over into uranium hexafluoride, and it's giving me uranium-235 and uranium-238 breeding uranium, which does hurt if you pick it up. So I'm going to continue making this, but in the meantime I just wanted to show you a little thing I've been building, which is my bunker. So note the ordinary looking wall. Oh, note the ordinary looking floor. And we come down here, and this is reinforced concrete. So it's basically compressed concrete with steel in it. I need to make a little bit more, but I'm probably going to want to make some more iron before I do that, because I'm going through the iron supplies really fast, and that's where I'm going to have my little bunker space. This works quite nice because I can jump in. It's all secret. You can't beat bitter secret. Get some more water in there. Bang, bang, bang. And this is doing its thing, so it's made a 235. The next one's probably going to be a 238. It seems to alternate. And we've got an awful lot of that. It is using a monstrous amount of electricity. And hopefully I need 8 of these bad boys to make one nuclear missile. Oh, it made 235 that time. Don't know why. It just seems to alternate or be kind of random. So I'm going to continue processing all of this. I'm probably going to find a nice chest to stash it all in, because I really don't like the idea of having that stuff in a wooden chest up here. Not without the hazmat suit on. So I'll be back once that's finished. Okay, it's time, while they're processing down there, to have a little bit of fun with explosives. And so I'm going to want a fair bit of this stuff and a crafting table. Now, first thing I'm going to make is the shrapnel explosives, which basically is a repulsive, which you recall from last time is 2 condensed on top of each other, surrounded by arrows. So, repulsive explosive, and arrows will make us shrapnel explosives. Now, the next thing we can make is incendiary, which is sulfur, repulsive, and a bucket of lava, and I've popped out and grabbed a bucket of lava ready. So that is basically that, and that's an incendiary explosive. Debilitation explosives is water, repulsive, and sulfur. So that is the same again, one of those. Sulfur along the top and bottom, and water either side. Makes 3 debilitation explosives. I haven't got an anvil to hand, so we'll not make that one today. But the last one I'm going to make is chemical. Now, chemical uses poison powder, which is spider's eye and rotten flesh. Happen to have some of those. So I want 1, 2, 3 lots of that should be enough. And then it uses a debilitation explosive surrounded by that stuff. Gives us the chemical explosives. Yeah, I haven't got enough explosives to make shrapnel right now. So, and then we'll move on to the tier 2 explosives next episode. So we'll take a break, go to my flat explosive testing world, and don't want that with me. Oop. Did want to get rid of that though, but not. Oh, no, that does want to stay in there, doesn't it? Get rid of that as well. Yeah, so we'll go to my flat testing world and we'll blow some shit up. Now we're at 6 and 13 of these at the moment. That is now completely empty, but there's best part of a hell of a lot of stuff in there, and we have used what, about 6 megajoules so far. So anyway, be right back after blowing stuff up. Okay guys, well, we're back on the explosives testing world. You can see there's my red matter, antimatter explosion. These are the little ones, and down here we have the first one we crafted over on the survival world. This is the shrapnel explosive. So, doesn't do any damage, but fires out a whole load of burning arrows. Now the next one is incendiary. And as you can see, that basically sets everything on fire. Pretty devastating stuff. Now the next in our list, oops, is the debilitation. Now I'm going to stay close to this because it doesn't really have much of a explosion. And you'll see that I am under slowness, mining fatigue and nausea. So if you're anything like me and you suffer from a bit of nausea when you have nausea, then that is a chemical explosive, and he's probably banned under the Geneva Convention, but I'm not sure whether that extends into Minecraft or not. And it takes a while before that disperses. If I go... No, it didn't get the effect there. Now the last one is chemical, which is basically that on steroids. And you'll see there it's giving me hunger, slowness, weakness, mining fatigue, toxin and nausea. So I'm poisoned, I'm hungry, I'm basically dying horrendously. Now the one I will probably not make in the survival world is Kosoma's explosive. Oh god, I'll just wait for this nausea to wear off. Oh, that's horrible. And this is the... where are we? The anvil explosives, which is the last in the tier 1 explosives. So we'll make this, we'll fire this one off just so we can do it. It's got a picture of a clown on it for some reason, and there we go. Now Kosoma would love this, because basically this anvil fires anvils everywhere. That's just really a silly one. So next time we'll probably get on to fragmentation, contagious, sonic. We've done breaching. Rejuvenation I'm not going to build, but this is... if I just put this over... but let's set it off down here, shall we? Now this is a useful one if you're running a vanilla server as you're an admin on there. It basically rebuilds the chunk. So you can set that off anywhere. I don't even know if there is a recipe for that. Where are we? Rejuvenation. No. Whereas there's a recipe for that, you can't even craft rejuvenation. It is an admin only one. So yeah, we've got a few to play with in the tier 3s, the fragmentation, contagious and so on, but that's for next time. So back to the survival world. Okay, well, having shown off those little explosives, we're now at the stage where we have enough uranium-235 to build a nuke. And quite a lot of breeding uranium which can be used in the reactors with this stuff. That is still ticking over, and will no doubt be ticking over for some time, so I'm probably going to call it an episode at that, but I may start to look next at either these guys, turret guns, anti-aircraft turrets, laser turrets, and if I can find it, the railgun. Now these guys are expensive to build, as you'd expect. If I can get myself back to turrets, but the basic turret is pretty straightforward. It's steel and circuits, but it does need bullets as well. And again, they are crafted slightly differently. So you've got a bullet, which is your normal bullet, railgun bullet, antimatter bullets, and infinite bullet, which is a cheaty one. And the bullet is basically these bullet shells plus gunpowder plus iron. Those are just made out of tin to make 16, so it's not too expensive. And yeah, so we may have a look at those. The other one we could start to look at is the... no, let's launch, is it? Yeah, there we go. So you've got the tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 launch platforms and the controllers for that. Cruise launcher if you want to go there as well, support frames. And again, relatively straightforward to build still, and then you get into the big one which has got the elite and more steel and steel plates with, oh, you've got different support frames. Increases the accuracy, but we'll look at those next time or the time after, depending on what we go with. But in the meantime, I'm in my hazmat suit, we're making uranium, and I'll call it a session. So see you next time. Bye for now.